What's up everyone, John from Beyond ARTV. It's time for another episode of 7 on Sunday, continuing with our theme of underrated songs that we do from certain bands and artists from time to time. We are doing an episode based on Weezer today. Let's talk about 7 super underrated songs from their catalog, whether it be B-sides, extra bonus songs that were released on deluxe editions of albums, or just tracks from standard editions that didn't quite get enough love or praise. I feel like they deserved better. If you have other additions that you would make to the list, then let me know in the comment section down below. But keep in mind, this is just 7 on Sunday and it can only cram in so many tracks here. They have more than 7 underrated songs, and I decided to not pick more than 1 per album, so there's kind of a wide spread throughout their discography with the picks I went with today. Be sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and let's jump into the list with a track from Hurley.
We sleep all day and rock the night. We just get up to start another fight. We kiss and then we bite. We are train wrecks.
As a Weezer fan that was introduced to Weezer with one of their worst albums, Make Believe, I got my start there and then jumped off to the Blue album. Then we went through a rough phase. After I got into them and owned the Make Believe CD, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I bought it anyways. We had the Red album that was solid, we had Ratitude, which was pretty damn rough, and then we had Hurley, which wasn't exactly a strong bounce back, but maybe was slightly better than that record. Of course, the selection that I've made today from said album is Trainwrecks. This is a song that definitely feels anthemic in a nerdy way, yes, because Rivers Cuomo wrote it, but also because of the way that it builds up and talks about things. It has a solid lead guitar on the track, and the fact that it kinda has a searing burn, the way that it never really erupts like a volcano, but still, it keeps chugging along, and you're just rooting for a track like this. I don't know why, but it makes me feel good listening to this song Trainwrecks. It's something that knows it's not perfect and knows people aren't perfect, but it wants to keep trying. Clocking in at number 6 on my list of underrated Weezer songs, we have a cut from Maladroit titled Take Control. This is a song that definitely plays to the more metal side of Weezer that they went for on this one, with these heavy riffs that really just get chugging and a bit bizarre as it continues on. You're like, am I listening to Weezer? Or what the hell am I listening to? That was my personal reaction the first time I ever heard Maladroit in full, because I wasn't exactly sure what they were going for, but the more I listened to it, the more I love the record, see it as one of their most underrated, and a track like Take Control definitely has a possessive feel to it. This is a song that slams hard. It's something that maybe you wouldn't expect to come out of Little Weezer. Oh wow, I thought they were just this nerdy little pop rock group, or whatever the fuck you think they are, and no, then they just unleash with this. I strongly suggest revisiting this one, especially if it's been a while since you brushed up on this album Maladroit. This is a standout cut, and one that I just can't help but headbang along to. Some people are quick to deny that Weezer have put out anything great since Pinkerton, but I would quickly shoot that balloon down, saying, come on, are you serious? Cuomo and the rest of the guys have penned a lot of great tracks. A lot of great musicianship was really flexed on a couple of records back to back in the form of Everything Will Be Alright in the End in 2014, and then quickly following after that in 2016, Weezer, The White Album. We have a selection from that in the form of Wind in Our Sail, a chiming, piano-driven track that is so optimistic that how could you not just at least look at this and be like, aw, that was kinda cute. The lyrics are pretty atypical and a little bit off the wall with the comparisons that they make overall. It's definitely per usual and on course for Weezer, but what's different here is the kind of bright instrumentation that's used. It's not something that goes for a huge pop foray, but still, it has that sensibility about it that you can sing, hum along to it, and still the songwriting is there, the musicianship is there, the harmonies are there in the background, especially on the chorus. It puts a smile on your face. Don't say no to this one. When writing and recording for the Red album that released in 2008, Cuomo decided that he wanted to break the mold of just writing a 3-minute pop rock song. He broke that by writing The Angel and the One, the closing moment of this record produced by Rick Rubin. This is such an amazing, epic tune, I would say, that doesn't follow really any trends or formulas when it comes to songwriting. It's just out there, lingering, putting its heart on the line, and giving really, yes, an acoustic side of Weezer, but also a thought-provoking one that feels a bit deeper than a lot of their material, and it really stands out in a very positive way in their discography. The Angel and the One gives off a feeling of enlightenment, or else somebody that's searching for said enlightenment, whether it be in love, like the song would lead you to believe, or perhaps something even deeper. This one is amazingly well played, super competent when it comes to the lyrics, and it might not just go on and on with all of these deep poetic sayings, but I think that this track shows enough ambition from Weezer to really get a place on this list, and it's deserving of more praise just from Weezer fans in general. I know the hardcores probably love it, but anybody else watching this video that's not familiar, this is definitely one that you want to dive into. Speaking of hardcore Weezer fans, my number 3 selection, Michael and Carly, is one that I think a lot of people will like. This is something from the deluxe edition of the Blue album. It was also released along with the 1994 single Undone the Sweater Song. It's something that was written in tribute to the founders of the Weezer fan club. They tragically died in a car accident in 1996. And Weezer were very torn up about it. They felt a connection there. And especially with Cuomo already going through a dark time in the 1996 era, Pinkerton coming out and the negative reception there, I feel like this just even further spiraled him into that black hole, no pun intended. Michael and Carly isn't necessarily a direct interpretation of what the people who founded the fan club were like, but it was more so in tribute to them, using their names in a story and a narrative. It's very interesting to see what Cuomo does with this track. It's bright, it is a great cut that should have probably made the Blue album perhaps. I know it was written perhaps a little bit after that, but still, a very solid tune that features some lovely guitars. I love how bright they feel. It just puts you in a positive state of mind when you listen to it. I would argue that my number 2 pick, Eulogy for a Rock Band, is one of Weezer's most well-penned songs. This is a beautiful ode to a fallen rock band. Adios, rock band that we love the most. The lyrics are so on the nose for not just any band, but turning the camera around to Weezer themselves. This is introspection and kind of satire as they comment on themselves, saying, oh look, we're the fallen titans, we're this band that everybody loved back in the day, but then became a punching bag. It's this self-referential tune that really started to see a turnaround in Weezer between 2013 to really 2016. Unfortunately, they kind of fell off after that, and it seems like they're diving back into some tendencies that I don't really find to be that great, some of their worst qualities, but songs like this are undeniably good. Eulogy for a Rock Band has some fantastic riffs on it that I really find delectable. They're just a treat, and I think that this song in general is just so fun and pleasant to listen to. I bless the rains down in Africa. At number 1 on my list today, yes, we have the cover of Africa, originally by Toto, performed this year by Weezer. Oh man, was this song slept on. Okay, but for real this time, we have at number 1, Can't Stop Partying by Weezer, of course, featuring Lil Wayne from their album Ratitude. This is such a jam, such a party song that really saw Cuomo in his natural state, and if you think that I'm being 100% serious, you should probably go see a doctor and have your satire levels checked. I swear to God, I'm done trolling. Actually at number 1 on my list today, deservedly so, I truly think, it's I Just Threw Out the Love of My Dreams. This is a track from the deluxe edition of Pinkerton. It features Rachel Hayden on vocals. She's of the bands The Rentals and also That Dog, and she kills it here. Rivers did write all the lyrics for this track, but Rachel actually came into the studio providing a female presence to a track that was originally supposed to be on the now non-existent, of course, Songs from the Black Hole. This was going to be an ambitious space odyssey rock opera, and I'm so sad that we never got that, but thank God we have this song. I saw a live rendition that was played a few years back, and it was just awesome to see Rachel up there with Weezer, playing a song that Rivers wrote while he was in a very dark state of mind. And this track plays out in such a bright manner. I love the buzzy synthesizers on here, and the fact that Rachel just almost sounds playful with her vocals. And then when she teams up with Cuomo on those harmonies, oh man, the sweat beads start rolling. I get the chills down my spine because it is so good. I don't know how I didn't know about this song sooner. I started looking into making this episode a few months ago and I discovered it at that time, and I was like, what have I been missing out on? Because this is Weezer at their best. And it's funny because Rivers doesn't even primarily sing on this track. Thanks so much for watching my list of underrated Weezer songs. What do you think and what would you add to the list? Let me know in the comments section down below. Of course, if you would like to see a part 2, then please drop a like on this video and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out if that ever does come to fruition. Of course, if you would like to support me on Patreon and help videos like this keep coming on both of my channels on a monthly basis, then click the top link down below or click the second link if you'd like to pick up some ARTV merch. That's all I got for you today. The direct link to my Patreon page is over in this annotation in the corner. If you'd like to see another Weezer themed video, then tap right over here, or see the last episode of 7 on Sunday by tapping right here. All of my social media links can be found in the description down below, and other than that, I'll see you soon for more right here on Beyond ARTV.